Can you believe it? I lost the tournament for the best unit in tabs. The Saracen pikemen are going up against the squires. The squires! I mean, they work for me. How is it that the squires, a unit that are far inferior to me, are about to take place in the final round of the tabs tournament, and here I am sitting on the sidelines after losing to the berserkers in the bronze match? Am I not strong enough? Am I not good enough? Am I not a good enough fighter? Do I need a buff? Hey mate, I know how you feel. I was knocked out in the first round to a bunch of hay balers. You talking about a buff? I need somebody who can fight. I can't even fight for myself. Well, what do you reckon we do? Because I want revenge. I am the best unit in tabs. I know it. I am glorious. I have armor, a beautiful shield. It is so strong. Have you ever seen how many arrows this shield can take? But of course, the Saracens, they never have to fight any archers. No, just me, big old shield boy. Well, I'll tell you what, maybe together we can team up and have revenge besides. I got a buff. You got a buff. 300%. I can heal anybody, including you, 300% faster than I could before. Oh my god, that's incredible. Wait a minute. I got a buff too. I'm a better fighter. Well, do you want me to tell you how we could do this together? Get our revenge on the victors of the tabs tournament? I mean, mate, you can't even fight. I fail to see how you can help me be a better warrior. I mean, my buff already says I am a better warrior. Well, the dark side of the Force is a pathway that many would consider unnatural. Is it possible to learn this power? Not from a Jedi. Show me your abilities and then we will start your training, young Padawan. So just how strong is a knight? Well, look at their shield. They're going up against a bunch of frost archers. Now, the frost archers will slow you down, but the knight is able to just tank so much damage. Look at this. You'd think that any other unit getting hit with this many frost archers would be dead already, but the shield being able to absorb that many, I mean, look at this. Look at his shield right now. It's absurd. Oh, did he get just hit in the hand? He did. I still want, like, armor to be, like, placed on the knight's helmet. I want deflection on swords. Oh, but, like, look at this. This is just to show you, like, the sheer power of the knight. He's definitely one of the strongest and one of the best units in the game, which is why it was so surprising that he didn't place third, second, or first in the tournament. He got knocked out in the bronze match after losing to the Saracens in the semifinals. So they lost to the eventual champions, so you can understand why a knight would want his revenge. Well done, Padawan. Now, before I'm going to assist you in battle, we need to start our training. As I look out from the castle walls, I often see these short little furry-footed men running about, and I think it'd be good for you to start your training against them. They're not the most difficult of opponents, but it should be pretty interesting to see you slay a bunch of halflings. The first thing we need to do is fight together, train together. Now, I'm not scared of them, but you know what? I'm gonna get a few of my brothers from the Order, and we will bestow upon you unlimited power! Alright, so we're gonna see the knight, as well as all of his priest retinue here, fighting a bunch of halflings, because this is what training looks like. One man who sits, what, 6'8", 7 feet tall, with plate armor, a shield, and a big broadsword, fighting a bunch of children. Basically, people as tall as children, and they're just grabbing at his ankles like, give us some of your armor! And the priests all along are healing. So, the priest being able to heal 300% faster, and the knights having a much better fighting style, like, look at this. This is what an invincible knight looks like. This is the beginning. I really think that the knight is going to have a very good chance of getting his revenge. Honestly, priest, I fail to see how fighting children or halflings will really help me in training. They don't even have any armor. They don't have any weapons. I reckon you're right. Let's fix that. So this time, I got more children's soldiers, but I gave them a weapon and I gave them armor. This seems totally fair. All right, Round 2 of your training commences. Alright, so let's see how the knight, with his healers, goes against a bunch of children soldiers with sticks and hay as armor. Seems totally fair, right? Sticks and hay versus plate armor and steel. Totally fair, but you can definitely see how the knight is much better at keeping his shield in front of him. So this is what's really interesting, is we're getting tons of updates, right? All right, fine. We'll no longer use children soldiers. You have now leveled up, and you have to fight adults with pointy sticks. That is a lot of adults with pointy sticks. Let's see how you fare. Farmers. One of the classic tabs units. Really good. Some of the best bang for your buck. If you need cheap spearmen, guys that can hold a line, make a poor man's phalanx, you can definitely do it. Now, here, the priests are really just wrecking right now by being able to keep this knight in the battlefield. Like, that, I wish I knew how much health the knight still had left, but I don't think he's losing much with how quickly he's being healed. Wait, who's left alive? Oh, this poor guy is about to get smited. In the name! Oh, it looked like the scene from Troy, where Achilles takes out Boagrius. Come on, swing. Oh my gosh, some of the priests are going down. Was that the farmer? This is totally accurate. See, you can see that the knight, while training pretty good, his shield, his sword was like stuck in his shield and he had to use the shield. Okay, I think we have a pretty good basis here. The knight might just be ready. Alright, we're running out of peasants here to train on, but this will be the last training. What do we have now? More children soldiers? Bigger pointy sticks. Alright, so here we go. 3 harvesters, some farmers, lots of pointy sticks, and only 1 priest this time, the main priest himself. Now the harvester, oh! Well, you didn't see that. Luckily we got the DeLorean here. So the harvester's able to do significant damage, really good at hitting. Oh my god. I swear it never happens. Alright, knight, follow the script here. This is your vengeance episode. Okay? Look at that. You just need a bunch of priests and you're able to do it. You're able to do it. Who's left alive? There must be a farmer who's down here. Okay, so clearly, I think the magic number to create an invincible knight might be 5 priests. Because you saw how when there was just 1 or 2 or 3, the harvester, able to do a lot of damage in a single blow, was able to take out the powerful knight. Oi! Fancy pants! Did you hear the news? We took 2nd place in the tournament! Even you with your fancy shield and your fancy pants. You took 4th. I'm the king now. First off, where did you get that terrible accent? Second off, you're a squire. You work for me. What you mean a terrible accent? I don't know. I watched Braveheart a few too many times and I figured, you know what? Have 3 shots of schnapps and let's see how it goes. But that's besides the point. I'm better than you. The numbers even say it. 2 is better than 4th place. Join me and we can get revenge on the Saracens who took 1st place, and then I can finally take my crown again, being the best unit in tabs. No! Well, why not? 'Cause you suck! Your mother was a hamster and your father smelled of elderberries. Don't make me taunt you a 2nd time. Well, clearly, with the squires thinking their hot stuff for taking 2nd place in the tabs tournament that we ran yesterday, which was awesome, by the way. Thank you guys for really liking that video. It was so much fun to make. I don't think I've ever had as much fun and knew that from start to finish it was gonna be a really, really cool project. You guys, like, if you guys want to see more of that kind of stuff, I think when Tabs introduces more factions, we're definitely going to be incorporating, you know, future tournaments with updates, basically, because there's a lot of new units, right, that will be added, right? We're still in early access. It's going to be great. Oh my god, I thought this guy didn't have a head. I love this poor monk, man. What's his deal? He got too close to the dark arts, I guess. But yeah, so if the knight wants to take revenge, he's going to first have to be leader of his own faction. So here we have the beginning of the knight's revenge. They've got to take out the squires. Now the squires went all the way through the tournament, took second place. It was pretty impressive. So let's see how this works. The priests are gonna have to get close enough. Oh yeah, this is what you call a rout, boys. These little squires who are what, a foot, 2 feet sometimes shorter than the knights. Oh my gosh, yeah, like It's funny that the Squire went further than the Saracens, but I guess it does make sense because the Saracens were not as good as Hoplites in, you know, on a one-to-one basis, but they went on in the tournament. That's just kind of how the tournament went. We could have done a one-unit tournament, but I really, really like the rules we did. If you haven't seen it, make sure to check out the Tabs tournament video because I thought it was fantastic. But this, my friends, this is an elite knight, an invincible knight even. And that's the way you get your revenge. You become invincible. It's simple as that. I think the knight here sold his soul to the dark side. The Sith. See, because they look like regular priests, don't they? My god, it looks like he's just hitting with like heat rays right now. Wouldn't that be interesting? Like, what if there were elemental priests that could like, oh, turn you, like, you became on fire, but you weren't hurt by it, but the fire would hurt other people. So the knights here are making quick work of the squires. The squires will have to fall in line, and if so called up to arms, they will have to help the knights in their quest. Now, the knights have the journey ahead of themselves. After this, they're gonna have to go to the lands of ice and fire. They're gonna have to fight the Viking berserkers, because remember, the berserkers beat the knights in the bronze tier match, and they took 3rd place. The knights left the tournament sitting in 4th. They made it all the way to the end, but they're a little butthurt about it. I reckon we'll join you in your quest for the Holy Grail now that you've defeated us in combat. Yeah, you're still dumb. We're not going after the Holy Grail. We've already got one. What do you mean you've already got one? Oh my god, don't worry about it, Squire. Just come with me. We're going to the Viking lands. We gotta beat the Berserkers, and then it's on to Prince Macedon in his phalanx of pikemen. Oi, knight! I bet you don't got a good Viking accent. That's why my voice seems a little bit out of character. Yeah, I don't have a Viking accent. I don't know. The point here is you're gonna die. What do you mean? I defeated you. I got the bronze medal. Look at my axes. Look at me boys' axes. Me boys is gonna come down there and right mess you up. Wait, you haven't heard the news? I'm invincible now. I'm the strongest unit in the game. I have unlimited power. So the Berserkers were interesting, a really interesting counter unit, because when you look at this, they've got this leaping ability. It's impressive. They're able to close the lines, and then with their twin axes, they're able to do a lot of damage. Look at that. That knight went down super, super fast. We've only got a few left, and the priests are trying to help. So I think it's safe to say that by themselves, even though we do have an invincible knight, I think it's best for the knights to go out with their squire friends to kind of defeat the berserkers, right? Because what if the berserkers were armed? The berserkers aren't fighting by themselves anymore. Look at this. The Golden Knight. The invincible knight. I love it. Oh, that's not fair. You can't be invincible. You can't have all those friends and all those priests. I'm calling reinforcements. Well, then I'm calling reinforcements too, you ninny. And thus, the battle is drawn, the final battle here, before the knights are able to lead their armies and try to take out the Saracen pikemen. They may not have won the tournament, but they will have their revenge in this life or the next. I love it when the knights turn gold. It's like the coolest thing. Like, see, look at that. Right when they turn gold, you're like, yeah, that guy's invincible. You can tell in that moment he cannot be defeated. So the Viking Brawlers were a really, really cool unit. They made it relatively far in the tournament as well. I still love the Viking faction. I love the ability that, like, now we have a, like, look at this. Multiple units that have shields and, like, oh my gosh, being able to truck them with your shield, that was a boss move right there. Look at, he's got an axe sticking out of him. This guy has an axe sticking out of him, and I've never seen that before, and that is awesome. I've seen arrows sticking out of people, but I've never seen axes. The Golden Knight is victorious. They've conquered them. Now it is finally time for revenge. I don't know, priest, I'm still kind of scared. These guys whooped me, embarrassed me, and shamed me. I brought dishonor to my family. The only way to go through life is to face your fears and maybe use the dark arts to assist you in that endeavor at times. Whenever life gets too tough, just use cheat codes. You know what I mean, mate? What do you mean, cheat code? Ah, don't worry about it. Let's just use the invincible formation. The invincible formation? That was like 3 episodes ago. I mean, we turn you into an invincible knight. That's what we're doing here. Fine. It's time to face my fears. Oi, sissy fingers! Did he just say sissy fingers? Did you hear the news? I won the tournament. I am the best unit in tabs, and you suck. Yeah, I've heard the news. That's kind of why I'm here, man. It's time for vengeance. Well, we got a bunch of big, long, pointy sticks, and we're still the best unit in tabs, so bring it on. Numbnuts. This guy has like the worst insults, maybe of all time. So as this is revenge, all of the units that were beaten by the Saracens and the Squires are now joined up. They're joining the Knights. So the Saracens were the top, well, 1st through 3rd place here, or rather 2nd through 4th place here. The Squires taking 2nd, the Berserkers taking 3rd, and the Knights taking 4th. All want a little bit of revenge, so they've joined forces. They're fighting at the basin of Mount Olympus here, which makes you wonder, is there anything in this temple? Wouldn't it be cool if there was? At some point we're gonna get secrets and tabs, and I cannot wait for it. So, it is time. It is time. It is time. The Knights will get their revenge using the Berserkers and some Squires here. Look at that. The Berserkers leap in, messing up the lines. There's a few Squires as well, and then obviously, when you have a Golden Knight and a Golden Invincible Knight here, you know. Look at that. There's so many priests. I'm sorry, but these Saracens are not gonna have a chance, no matter what. Wow. Wow. Look at that. There's like none left. The Berserkers did some serious work. And there you have it. Round 1 goes to the Knights. Now, you know what? Maybe let's try it without. We're gonna get rid of their Berserkers and we're gonna get rid of their cohorts here, the Squires. And it's just gonna be priests and Knights. All right, the battle is on. Let's see these guys close the line, because remember that the Knights were given upgraded, like, fighting abilities? I guess, like, combat styles, I think it was. So some of these guys are gonna be invincible, but, like, when you think about the sheer number of pointy sticks, that's really, like, why the pikemen are so good. Like, look at over here. So here's one closing the ranks. He's butting people over with the shield. He's stabbing with the sword. Pikemen are getting knocked out left, right, and center. Oh my gosh, look at this. This does not look good for anybody who's still alive. This is not what you want to see if you're a pikeman. There you have it. Vengeance has been gotten and order has been restored to Totally Accurate Battle Simulator. So I love the tournament video that we did yesterday, but I just thought it was pretty funny. Like, once I woke up and saw that there were like patch notes for the night, I knew that we had to make a little story as to the Knight's revenge. You know, create an invincible knight. I was not expecting him to get 4th. At one point I thought he might get 1st. I thought the king might get 1st even. Anyway guys, thanks for watching another episode of Totally Accurate Battle Simulator. Hope you guys are having a good Monday, and I'll see you guys in the next video.